Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Truth Council 23 with me, Truth Nunez, and our spiritual council. We are so thankful to be here with all of you to share today's collective energetic read. Keep in mind, we are reading collective energies. Take what resonates, leave what does not. You are and forever will be the masters of your experiences, of what you will or what you will not into this creation. We're going to go ahead and get started right away by honoring and thanking our spiritual council. I want to honor and thank mi abuelita, my grandmama, abuelita Gladys Nunez Maldonado. I also want to honor and thank mi abuelito, mi papa, mi abuelito Felix Antonio Nunez. I invite you to do the same. I do honor and thank your trusted ancestors, those that protect and love and guide you. You can honor whatever religious force, whatever spiritual force, whatever makes you feel good, grounded, and connected to the all as you are in this experience. You can also take a moment of silence to be in silence with yourselves, and that's also more than enough. Let's get started with honoring, my lovies. Again, you can take a moment of silence if all of that is too overwhelming for you. We like to play music during these things, my lovies, because it raises the vibrations of the nation. The vibrations of the nation. The vibrations of the nation. The only thing is we're still trying to figure out how to make it work with music on the phone, and then it cuts off sometimes, but we're going to make it work. Oh, apparently the music doesn't want to play today, but it's all right. Right, Jose? Right. Getting the nim, something about nimble, something about Nambia, something about Samantha. I was going to a lot of Brazilian music is in your field for some of you, but Spirit was giving us the words being thankful for those who make space, something about space, being thankful for those who make space for you to do your work, being thankful for those who respect your work, who respect especially if you do something that's like from the heart, something that you're really, really dedicated to from the start, from the heart, from the heart. Being thankful for those that, for example, that respect your workflow, that make space for you to do those things that you love to do, that you're passionate about, those things that are an occupation and not just a job. Being thankful for those people that hold that space for you, that respect that space for you. And whether it be energetically or in the physical realm. For example, I think it's very telling when you're doing something that you're really, really passionate about and an energy is always interrupting you or trying to get your attention, especially when you're really, really focused on your work, on doing your due diligence to deliver whatever it is that you're doing. So it's like, it's something to consider. Spirit just saying, being thankful for the work. Being thankful for the work. Just being thankful for the work, my lovies. That's how it's coming in. It's really nice. Being thankful for the work. That's the theme. Whatever the work is, whatever the occupation is, just being thankful for it. And the chance to do it. Because if you're doing it energetically, that means you have support. Something about the cohorts. Some of you just have to do with research. Being thankful for the cohorts. Esto es Palo Santo. What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? Welcome. Welcome to Truth Council 23 again with me. We are reading collective energies in our spiritual council. We're reading collective energies for this upcoming Saturn's Day, Saturday. 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 Saturn's Day, not October 22nd, not October 26th, but for some, those dates are coming in. We are actually reading for July, not July 26th, but that's also coming in, July 22nd, Gregorian, July 22nd, 2023, keeping in mind that spiritual realm is not bound by our Gregorian calendar. There are endless ways to tell time. We are just oh, that name, is it gonna come back? Tobias, the name Tobias came in for some. That could be significant for some. It came in preparation and meditation, but we are reading for whatever spirit needs us to read for, keeping in mind that spiritual time is fluid. There are currently over 40 calendar systems currently in use for commerce, and endless ways to tell time as art, time as whatever you want to tell it. But for our purposes, because we tend to think linearly, we are reading for Gregorian July 22nd, 2023. And but that 26 energy is very present for some. It keeps jumping in July 26th, and late October as well. But 22 energy, that is a master number. Look at you, 22. It is a master number. 8:55 on the minutes, 8:55. So 22 like 55. It is a master number. 22 brings in the power of duality. It brings in ascension. It brings in a completion. It brings in, because I am getting that world energy, technically being the 22nd major arcana, technically, because the Fool is 0. So for some, there could be a completion of a cycle. 22 recognizes everything in its totality. But it creates a state of duality. I'm getting the word chaos. I was getting Capricorn energy, devil energy. So there could be a chaotic situation, somewhat toxic or situation, something that could have been charming at one point, and then it became harming at another point later in the sequence. Some could have been charmed into a situation, but there is a completion. 22 energy also invites you to use that high priestess energy doubled. So you may be feeling very, very sensitive. For some of you, you could be having very intense dreams, revolutionary. I'm getting revolutionary dreams. For some of you, you're having revolutionary dreams. Something about remembering. For some of you, Spirit did actually, speaking of dreams, Spirit gave us a vision. Someone will be losing a female. It could be a sister or someone you consider a sister. Someone will be losing, using a sister that uses you or something like that. Or this person will be going through a death of some sort, a huge transformation. They could be going in to see a medic. See a medic, maybe for something about prophetic. Maybe this is somebody that has a gift of some sort, but maybe doesn't use it. Maybe this person kind of fights divinity via medication, or trying to subdue something, trying to subdue. I am seeing someone like ending up, this is kind of scary. For some, like I'm seeing someone ending in a straitjacket. Maybe for someone's having a spiritual awakening and they don't know how to accept it. It's like it's like fighting oneself, fighting one's divinity, and unfortunately that can lead one to a crisis, and someone does not know how to hone in on that, or hone in on their skills, or develop their spiritual skills, maybe because of self-judgment, because I'm getting like mockery. Maybe for some, this is how someone views you, or how you view a situation, but someone's going through some turmoil. Jesus, that's what's coming in, my lovies. Someone's going through some turmoil because they don't know how to accept the spiritual. It's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge. Your sister friend gets it. Maybe this has to do with religious beliefs. For some, there could be someone going through a huge initiation. That's all I have to say. It feels kind of, that's not where we wanted to go, but that's what's coming in. And with the power of 22 and the energies that we are currently riding, and the judges that are presiding. Oh, Jesus, something about Poseidon. That energy of water has been very present in the reading for some. But the energies, the judges, the spiritual judges that are presiding in a situation. This could have to be, someone could have tried to get away with something when it comes to some type of judicial procedure. But we always have to keep in mind that spiritual procedures are you know, they precede what happens in the tangible. So we may think that we're getting away with a scheme in the physical, but we don't get away with anything. Any plot to harm somebody, anything to do, anything to steal, to whatever. It all balances out for all of us. We all get exactly what we deserve when we deserve it. And when the karma comes back, because that's what Spirit was giving us, for us, maybe this could be a group, but Spirit was giving us how when karma comes back and the boomerang effect of that, and then the tidal wave that can come from that unexpectedly of emotional charge back. It's like moving lands. They could have to do with property or land ownership of some sort, but it's like moving, like a huge tidal wave that comes and levels out whatever plan that you had before. Imagine that. Something about, oh my gosh, here we go. Anyways, let's get started, my lovies. Let us see for this Saturn's Day. Saturn's Day does bring in delays though. So for some, there's a delayed reaction, and it may feel like a tidal wave for that. For those that the name Tabitha is coming in. The name Timothy's coming in. A lot of T's. Something about T's. Like tea, like gossip. For some, there could have this could have had to do with chargeback on gossip or slandering. That energy has been very present for some. All right, here we go. Go. 333 just went by on the back of a bus. It was 8333, the number. I just caught the 333 part though. Here we go, my lovies. I'm seeing that 8 of spades. I'm seeing a king of spades. That energy has been very present for some. Someone does need to go get some type of treatment, or it could be for some of you going to get a checkup. You may not be feeling well, or someone around you. 1413 on the clock, and then it turned to 1414. Here we go, my lovies. Here we go. Go. See, I told you, a sister, a friend, or a daughter. Spirit gave it to us for a reason. For some, a sister, a friend, or a daughter, a young brunette around you. 8 of clubs energy is a young brunette so for some of you, a sister, a friend, or a daughter can be waiting on some type of paperwork. For some of you, this could be a young sister around you. This is usually someone. The 8 of clubs brings in the energy of a young female. For some of you, that twin energy has been very present. Something about twins in your field. There could be twins in your family. or eventually there will be twins in your family. But 8 of Clubs energy brings in a young brunette, someone early 20s, no more than that. And if they are older, it's someone that's very immature in their soul and very immature in their goals. Someone could have been very immature when it comes to some type of paperwork, because I am getting a headache. I'm getting someone was playing around with paperwork or trying to delay a process. This could have been a sister or a friend, or I'm getting strong sister, but a sister, a friend, or a daughter. But I'm getting strong like sister or friend or someone that you consider close to you. And here we go with the Oregon vent energy. But for some, this is paperwork, or you will be hearing that someone is getting some type of paperwork. This could also bring in a small amount of money. So for some of you, a small amount of money is in your field, and that energy has been present. For some of you, there could be a woman, a well-meaning woman who is assisting you in a signature or something to do with contracts. There's a lot of feminine energy involved in some type of paperwork. For some, this has to do with medical paperwork for a sister. It's everything's coming in for a reason, and sometimes just for a season. Here we go. I'm getting King of Hearts energy, and I'm getting strong King of Spades energy. The number 13 could be significant. Death energy, Scorpio energy, a transformation. November 14th is coming in. December 8th is coming in. December 10th is coming in. Sagittarius season. Capricorn season. Taurus, Aries. Certainly. We have certainly. 7 of Spades energy. Certitude. La certitude. Certidumbre. Something that is certain. These events are certain. They are certain events. And we're opening up with a lot of thought energy. So being in one's head, thinking quite a bit. For some, having struggles getting out of the bed. For some, you may want to, there's a sister or a friend, the way it's feeling, someone is going through immense changes spiritually because of it's like a huge tidal wave. It's just that spirit just keeps showing us a huge tidal wave that, like, it's just energetically, it just hits somebody they weren't expecting. They were deflecting. Spirit was giving us psychological projections. For some, you can look up psychological projections and see what that means to you. But here we have certainly. So certainly you have a signature. The spades cut the story, and there's that King of Spades. The spades technically cut the stories, but we have 3 spades, and then there's some type of an invitation. We're going to leave it right there. So for some of you have some type of an invitation. This could also represent a young blonde woman, or, you know, male, female, take it how it resonates. We're reading collective energies. But 8 of Hearts energy is something unexpected, an unexpected invitation. For some of you, King of Spades is the medical, the legal, or an organization. There will be a signature, and certainly for some, there will certainly be a signature when it comes to medical documents, when it comes to legal documents, or some type of professional setting where you need to sign paper with an organization or a legal entity. Certainly you will have an invitation, and certainly you will sign these documents. Even though I'm getting Jack of Spades energy, even though there were a person. Someone can use they, them, and all that good stuff. But clear those throat chakras. There's a Jack of Spades is a man or a group of men or a group of men and women who do not have your best interest in mind. And depending on how they come in, it depends on the energies that they come in with, how extreme their not so great of interests are. And that energy was present, what was it, in yesterday's reading or the day before? Where they came in with that 8 of Spades energy, and that's so present. But the unfortunate part is that, from the start, but the unfortunate part is that we always get our karma. So meaning, if my intentions, or if a group's intentions, because it's coming in as a group of people, but there may be a sister involved for some, again, that's going to get some really harsh karma. This person's already not doing well psychologically. So it's going to, like, it's like a group going up against, you know, one family member. They could call the black sheep, whatever they do to disguise their abuse. But it's like it's karma coming back. That's how it felt. And that's the vision I got. It's karma coming back to somebody. And it's like in the crowd, it's like the person you least expect. And something about deflect and neglect. There could have been neglect involved. Maybe there's children involved in a situation for some. Here we have a woman. Here we have certainly for a female. I was seeing a female in my mind's eye. For someone could be very intuitive, very psychic, very spiritual, or whatever that means to you. But someone has you don't even have a clue. Maybe for some of you don't even know how, they don't even have a clue, or someone doesn't have a clue as to how intuitive someone is. This is the female watching this, or this is someone's partner. Maybe for some of you, you have a partner who has no clue how intuitive or how gifted you are when it comes to certain abilities, maybe what we call supernatural abilities. But we have a female, so we're opening up with a querent. We're opening up with a female querent, or as a, if, male relationship, female male relationship, whatever floats your boat. But this is the female in the relationship. Here we have someone needs to move not too far from where they live, or not too far from where they stay. 8 of Diamonds energy. There will be movement on this Saturn's day for some, not too far from where you live. Things that have been delayed. For some, there's a delay in movement. Saturn's day does bring in delays. Saturn brings in difficult lessons. Saturn brings in procedures. Saturn can bring in court procedures. Saturn can bring in destruction, depending on how the procedures go. Saturn brings in difficult lessons, but there are delays in these lessons. There are delays. Spirit insists 9 of Diamonds energy is a delay in a situation when it comes to a couple. For some of you, you have a very strong relationship. For some, you could already be in a relationship. And if you are not in a relationship, there are delays. There are delays, but there's some type of visit here. For some, there's a visit to your significant other, or maybe for some, you don't live with your significant other, and there are delays in a visit. For some, there is a delay in a partnership. Spirit was giving that to us, and Spirit wanted us to reiterate. Oftentimes, I hear people, say he's with the other woman, he's with the third party, he's with, I don't know what they're trying to express when they're saying this, but maybe stress, maybe he's with a karmic energy, he's with the karmic, he's with the third party, he's with a 3-party situation, he's with that person. If he ain't with you or she, male or female, take it how it resonates, technically that is his partner. Until, even if you have a contract spiritually with that person and they are not abiding by that contract, and eventually you could, petition in spiritual court to have that contract annulled, because it's like, this person ain't showing up for me. I need energy that's going to show up for me. And that's a huge death in and of itself. You can definitely do that. But until then, that person is with their person until they choose to be officially in some way with you. There's a reason why it's coming in. For some, there could be, it's like saying, it's like when people say we're in a hookup culture. How did we get there? If I don't set strong boundaries, or if I don't set the right expectations, I can't expect someone to give me a commitment I can't expect someone to give me a commitment when we never talked about commitment, when I allowed whatever I had going on, any desire to have somewhat of a connection with somebody, to drive how that relationship was going to go. So then to try and claim that something is mine, that is not mine, that's not my place to it's coming in for a reason. For some, there could be someone, or this could be you, someone in this energy where it's like trying to dominate something that energetically it does not belong to you. That's how it's coming in, my lovies. Take it how it resonates. It's important, because I hear people, it's like, oh, they're with the karmic energy, or he's with the third party. No, my lovey, he's with the person he wants to be with. And if he were with you, it's like you have to start to hold your herd. Something about herding sheep. It's like holding ourselves accountable. That's how I see it anyway. I don't call someone a karmic anything. I mean, I use that very loosely to try to relate a concept that based on what I think people are trying to say. But at the end of the day, if that person is laying up in bed every single night with that being, and they're not with you, that is their partner. That's not the third party. That is his partner. Like, that is I just, something to consider there. It's coming in for a reason, and sometimes just for a season. Because here we have the couple and the home. For some of you, the couple, the home. This is your family, the one you have created. In this reality, this is the family that you have created, meaning your children, your partner. This is the energies that you have created. This is also your home, your physical home, whatever you consider your home to be, or where you stay. Ace of Hearts is your home, your family, the one you've created. It could also bring in your children. For some of you, you need to move not too far from where you are, or you'll be traveling quite a bit in your area. You will be getting some news. For some of you, you can be getting documents about a property, 7 of Clubs energy, or texting about a party. For some of you, you're texting about a party, or you're going to some celebration in a house. But again, there are delays. For some of you, need to clear your throat chakra when it comes to your King of Hearts. I felt the King of Hearts. For some of you, whatever partnership, if you are in some type of connection and you're talking to your significant other, you have a significant other that you cannot question. Yeah. Again, my lovies, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. This is for someone who is in a relationship, or for people who are in a relationship. And you'll know the quality of your relationship, right? But for some, here we have a very solid couple. This is, when it comes in like this, the King of Clubs with the King of Hearts. This is like my favorite to see it this way, because the King of Clubs and the Queen of Clubs together represent the couple, represents the current and their mate. However, it's not necessarily like love. It's just two people that are together. There could be many reasons why they're together. And again, it could bring in, eventually there'll be another soul contract. But when you have the King of Hearts standing next to the King of Clubs, that means that you are in a loving relationship. You have a strong emotional tie and bond. It's like wolf love. It's very, very beautiful. Because Spirit was giving that to us. Spirit brought us to Sadhguru, and I quote him a lot when he says this, because I feel like he was so poignant with his style of delivery when it came to this message. And he talked about soulmates, and he's like, what do you guys talk about soulmates? Everyone talks about soulmates. What are you actually saying when you're talking about soulmates? Because you have a soulmate every other 2 years. So is it that God messed up with you, that every other 2 years you need a new soulmate? Or what is it? What is it? There's no commitment to the soul. You really don't have a commitment. Every other I know people that every 2 months they have a new soulmate. Every 2 weeks they're in love with someone new. They don't, some people don't take the time to process energies. For me, it's amazing. I think it's fascinating. Maybe for some, it's like you and your significant other, you gave each other enough time. There was this beautiful woman that I met years ago, and I got to work with her, and she told me that her husband, he was actually deployed. She was living in California, and he went out to the East Coast. And I'm like, wow, so how long has he been out there? She's like, it's been about a year now, almost, and he still has a while to go. And I'm like, this is a true test, this is a test for your relationship, for your commitment to each other. And she's like, yeah, we know that. We had very strong connection. We had a very strong connection, and we had very strong discussions. Maybe for some, that's how your relationship has evolved. It's like there's a very deep level. There's a reason why everything is coming in. I can't praise it enough. Like in the energetic realm, it's like it can't be praised enough. The level of commitment, for some of you, you could be very dedicated to your significant other, or they're dedicated to you. Spirit's bringing back that energy of being dedicated to each other's work. Maybe for some of you, you work with your significant other, or if you don't, I'm seeing Emperor energy. So maybe for some of you, one of you is a boss, or you manage a business, or you manage something, or you have a lot of responsibility, and there's one that's more in a very supportive role. But energetically, this is goals. Energetically, this is very beautiful, and there's a lot of communication. There's a lot of discussion. For some of you, you could be having a discussion with your father or your significant other's father over the next coming days. But again, there are delays in communication for some. For some, there could be a little bit of a pause in a connection. I am getting that. There's a little bit of a pause in a relationship, but there will be some type of communication. There will be a message to come in. For some of you, a Queen of Spades, a mother figure. For some of you, you'll be visiting a mom or spending time with a mother figure. The Queen of Spades represents an older female, single, widowed, or divorced. Normally in the 32, it first represents your mother. If it's not your mother, it's an older female around you. This could be also an older female, an older female, yes, an older friend, or another member of the family, an older female in the family who you will be visiting, or they will be visiting your home. For some of you, this is a work situation, 9 of Clubs energy. This is someone who will be working on this weekend on this. For some of you, you could work from home, or there will be a contract to work from home, or there will be a female that works from home that will be visiting you. For some of you, you have a little bit of money in your field, a little bit of money coming in. So maybe because of you got paid on Venus Day, your Friday, and then your Saturn's Day is looking all right when it comes to money without a fight. Here we have 10 of Hearts energy. Love. For some of you, there's someone that loves what they do. There's an older female that loves what they do for a living. For some of you, this could be a mother figure. I'm getting a retiree, though. Someone is retired. 7 of Hearts energy. An invitation of some sort. Did we say pregnancy? It's been present. For some of you, could be learning of a pregnancy, an older female that is pregnant, or you could be announcing a pregnancy, but I'm getting more someone outside of you. 7 of Hearts energy is a pregnancy. It's a new beginning. It could be a reconciliation. For some of you, you could be reconciling with some family members. For some of you, there are family members, moms and dads around a house situation. You'll be visiting. There will be joy. 9 of Hearts energy. There will be a lot of joy. 3 nines. Ooh, and it will be a baby girl if you learn of a pregnancy, a little girl. Yay. For some of you, you're going to be celebrating a little baby. She's so cute. She's so cute. We have oh my gosh. Okay. So we have a lot of communication. For some of you, again, a reconciliation eventually. For some of you, there could be a distance created between you and your significant other. Maybe it has to do with a mother or a family situation for some. Someone needed to clear up a situation with their family before they can come together with you, because there are delays in this. For some of you, there's someone new that's going to hand you some type of paperwork that's related to your home projects or your home improvement projects. There's a gentleman who may be waiting to move, who can't move at this particular time. There are delays, but he's working on it. We have 3 nines. It's all tied to money, and you have a lot of money coming in or going out. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of expenditure of money. I'm seeing it more as going out, but it's going to make you happy. For some of you, joy when it comes to work. If you are working on this Saturn's Day, or take it how it resonates, but you do have labor or some type of labor that you're doing that's going to make you very happy. This is more for a gentleman or someone who's in their masculine energy. Again, for some, you have a significant other that works a lot, or that's a very hard worker. Something about on the spot. Someone that does things on the spot. This one wants to speak. What's up, my lovies? You have a marriage. For some of you, you have a marriage. You have a marriage. You have a marriage. Una boda. You have a marriage. For some of you, eventually you have a marriage with a person. Get cute. But again, there are delays. We have 2 sevens, so something technically 3 sevens, but we don't count this one. We have 2 sevens, so communication and good messages, good news to come. But again, there are delays in this good news. 2 8s, so soulmate energy. Jesus, 2 8s is soulmate. It's for some that are single and ready to mingle. Again, this is like the spread for love. I'm telling you, even though there's not like a lot of love heavy cards, but you have 9 of Hearts energy. You have the soulmate energy, whatever soulmate means to you, but it is a very strong, and what did we say? Wolf love. This is wolf love. This is like loyalty, dedication. It's like soul tribe energy, but it's all in your cocoon of your couple. It's really beautiful. It's very beautiful for some. 2 8s is like soulmate energy. It's a really, for those that are single, if you meet someone and it's on 8 energy, or with this type of reading, 2 8s is like, this is a really strong person, a really strong connection, a very beautiful bond, a very pure bond. Something about James Bond. Okay, someone. And 7 of Hearts. For some, this could be someone new that you're meeting again. You have not met. You haven't befriended him yet. You haven't befriended him yet. Whatever that means to you. You haven't befriended him yet, my lovies. Oh, did we want to clarify anything? Did we want to clarify anything? No, my lovies. They all look pretty straightforward. No, we didn't want to clarify anything. Very, very quickly, in this present moment, 10 of Spades energy, there are blocks. In this present moment, there are blocks, but eventually you will have your 10 of Hearts. You will have joy. For some of you, your projects that you are working on are currently blocked, but nothing to worry about. Okay, how do we do this? Here, we liked what we did, so we'll do this. A seeker. For some, a seeker. Light attributes. Thirst for, someone has a lisp. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. For some of you, you can be going on a journey. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they may be. It may take you on a journey. For some of you, will be going on a journey. 35:35 on the clock. 8-8 energy. 35:35 was on the clock. 8-8 energy. How cool, my lovies. Don't be cruel, my lovies. As it's coming in, don't be cruel. There's something about cruel. Someone being cruel in a situation. For some, you may have had to distance yourself from someone being cruel. Someone being a tool. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Bon by gooch, my lovies. All right. Someone had some... What are we saying here? Gossip. You had to distance yourself from gossip, my lovies. I am getting it in the reverse, so we'll read the shadow attributes. Thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. So someone had to distance themselves. That's how it feels. Someone out of wisdom for life, and to maybe for some you had to distance yourself from a crowd. Maybe for some you had to distance yourself from a family situation, or things that you had an affinity for, a group or a crowd, or whatever the case may be, a group of friends, a group of family members, whatever it was. But you had to distance yourself because of gossip, because of malicious slander. What did we say earlier? Slandering. There it is. You had to... Oh, this wants to speak. Spirit saying, a beggar. Shadow attributes. Dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. This could have been a group. Well, what does that mean? Oh, but guess what wants to peak? I felt that Don Juan energy. For some, take what resonates. I'm getting a few things, but the way it's coming in, for some, there were gossipers in a situation. That could have been gossiping either about someone's romantic attractions or how they use romance. Something about a bromance. Others, there could have been gossip about someone's work or lack thereof. Dependence on others. Maybe someone was dependent. Something about codependent. For some, you could have distanced yourself from. There was a discrepancy. I'm getting the word discrepancy. Maybe you could have distanced yourself from someone that was codependent on your energy, because I'm getting that energy, vampire energy. So maybe for some, there was someone that didn't want you to distance yourself, even though they could have made you feel like hell in a situation. Or take it how it resonates. This could be you. You know, we're reading the energies, my lovies. But there was someone that was like almost having people watch someone. I'm getting the smoking gun, the world's dumbest criminals. I'm seeing the 7 of Wands. Like having to defend oneself. We have a martyr. Someone martyred themselves, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Transcending ideas, transcending through your personality constructs, transcending through, I'm using the archetypes. So transcending through the different archetypes, knowing when to function in which energy and what is most appropriate. A true master, an alchemist, knowing that in crowds there's a strength, but there could also be a disability because of like, for example, the crowding mentality, or what happens, the crowding effect, when you get into a crowd and then everyone starts to think, or the group think, you start to think alike, you start to behave alike, even if sometimes your behaviors and your thought patterns are not necessarily the greatest. Maybe for someone detached from that situation and martyred themselves to transcend, to not be seduced, because the Don Juan is a seduction, not be seduced by shadow attributes, not be seduced by a group's ideas or their control tactics or their control mechanisms. Because dependence on others to the exclusion of effort, it's like, again, it's like something about dirty deeds. 111 energy, 111 on 8 clock, 111 energy. Everybody's going their separate ways and everybody has success. Everyone passed the test. And some may just choose to, again, deviate from one path, where others may still continue that 111. 111. It's not 1111. You're not going with another person. You're going more to find another. It's like a deviation. And some may stay with the crowd, and some go and, what was it earlier that showed? Going on a path on your own to find the truth, no matter what it means. Someone's a virgin, or something about a virgin. Light attribute, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. The purity. Someone had to martyr themselves and change their belief systems. Because look how dark and heavy this is compared to this. Maintaining symbolic purity of the heart and spirit. By transcending the nature of service to oneself or a cause. I'm seeing a gangster. But I'm seeing like a spiritual gangster. I'm seeing a spiritual gangster. That's how someone's 4151 was on the clock. 4151 was on the clock, on the counter. Now 4157, those numbers could be significant. But everything stands for something. Every symbol, every one, every energy, every cell, it's expressing an energy for a reason. To transcend, to not be in groupthink, to not follow the herd. Because earlier, what did we say? Something about herding sheep. To not, it's like the herder, it's like, this is what's coming in. It's like you're taking orders from a mobster. That's what's coming in. Take what resonates. You're taking orders from a mobster or a bully, and the whole group is following directions of this person. Someone's losing credibility. That's how it's coming in. Someone's losing control of their, oh my gosh. Someone's losing credibility. They're losing their mind, or they have already lost their mind, but spirit is now making it like blatantly obvious through, it's like through the sacrifice. It's like making something sacred. It's like I'm seeing this as like a spiritual gangster. Like even his little pants, and like the way he wears his little pants and his little, it's like you're in a cause. You symbolically, like the colors that gangs use, their flags. Again, I'm no gangster. However, I dated one for a while, and I've been around quite a bit of gangsters. I have family members that are in all types of stuff, and all types of fluff. They love, yeah, they do. They love marshmallow fluff. That too. All types of, some that work with marshmallow fluff. All types of stuff. But symbolically, they mean something. It is an energy that was created for a reason. Bill Clinton. It's funny because my parents loved Bill Clinton. Little did they know, Bill Clinton technically put my father in jail. It was an epic fail. So Bill Clinton, over the last, the prison population has grown significantly, exponentially. And through the 80s and the 90s, we see, if anyone wants to, you can watch the documentary 13, the 13th Amendment on Netflix. And they talk about the progression of the prison industrial complex in the United States and how it's used for profit and other things. And unfortunately, because of lack of knowledge, because of lack of many different things, you know, we can attribute it to so many different things. But these places are predominantly filled by brown-skinned people of all shades. And so we see a lot of over 80% of the prison population, men and women of what we call color. And that was set up like that for a reason. As an officer's driving by, that was set up like that for a reason. So most of them are in there for non-violent offenses. Non-violent offenses, meaning drugs, meaning, you know, things with money, other things, but mostly non-violent offenses. Or they tried to buy themselves into a different sentence. But nonetheless, everything is coming in for a reason. So nonetheless, so these people are there, and it's curious because they bought into an idea, right? And you see it programmed in the music, you see it programmed in, you know, the symbolism, the symbols that they start to adopt as this is the path I need to take. There are songs in which they say, like, our idols in the hood are those that drive the Benz and the Bentleys, but how do they get their money? And what quality of person is it, right? Like, what's in their soul? What's in their soul? Wicked souls with wicked goals. So you see this, you see these people with their crooked, and then they end up in a life of sickness, right? Whether it's mentally sick, emotionally sick, physically sick. And they wonder, but it's like seeing like an old mobster losing his mind. Like, that's how it's coming in. And it's like not just one being seeing this, it's like a bunch of beings that are young, that are like, wait, because we are in the Great Awakening. Spirit wants everyone to awaken. So it's coming in for a reason, my lovies, and sometimes just for a season. Someone doesn't, it's like running a nonprofit and taking all of the grant money for stuff that you're not supposed to even be using it for. And then pretending like you are a community leader and you've been doing this for X amount of decades. And it's like, you're not an example. You're not a community leader. You're actually cheating the community. So it's like, it's something like that, because they think they have an immunity, something about diplomatic immunity, because at some point the arrogance becomes so big that you think you're beyond spirit. Spirit doesn't want to hear it. So like, there's like people now that are having, like, again, it's like having like a whack job of a leader, a tyrant. And you have people that are like, wait, something's off with this person. Like, something is genuinely off. I don't know how long it's been off, but something is way off with this person. So they're wheeling the wheel of fortune. So they're like willing to change. Like, it's like having a genuine repentance, because it's like we're being led astray. I'm fighting for blue and gray, and you're losing your damn mind. I'm fighting for your crooked ideas, and something's off. Like, something is off. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. In this society, we are obsessed with control. But that's not how life flows. Time is not a linear thing. Time is a cyclical thing. It could be circular. It could be whatever. It just flows. There are cycles and different things. And sometimes you'll never see something ever again, because it's changed so much that it looks different. It becomes a different energy. So if you have like a cause for AIDS, for example, eventually you should want to truly cure AIDS. There are many that have said they've already found the cure. Like, for example, Dr. Sebi in changing your diet, others in changing your spiritual beliefs, others in healing through your emotional traumas can heal you emotionally and in your body. There are different ways to do it. But when some want to keep you restricted to a system to control, you use certain things that are only numbers. They numb the pain. They don't actually heal anything. Everything is coming in for a reason, and sometimes for a season. I didn't think it was going to go this way, but this is where we're going. We're just doing what Spirit tells us to do. eventually, if you don't transcend, you bring about disease. If you don't become a symbol for something else, it's like using a warrior to destroy a community versus using a warrior to uphold the respect for values, for morality. It's like using a child, let's say using a young lady to start drama and create drama for that lady and for others, and planting that trauma into that being that will be charged to you and to that being, or using that being to develop that being and to say, you have these talents. I see these talents in you. Let's support that. Let's support your work. We're going, you see? Spirit gave us everything for a reason. Sometimes it's for a season. Maintaining symbolic purity, because everyone has their, it is like, every symbol means something. The number 5 can be used for creation just as it could be used for destruction. It could be used to create heaven on earth just like it could be used to create hell on earth. A leader could be a great leader, or they could be a crooked, egotistical, narcissistical leader. It just depends. How beautiful. This is actually quite beautiful, my lovies. Strength. For someone doesn't even really have strength to do whatever it is. Here we have Leo energy. Because I'm getting witchcraft and I'm getting energy harvesting. For someone's trying to energy harvest and do all these other things, and they're weak. They're literally weak in the physical, in the emotional, and the spiritual. Someone has been a crooked person, a crooked officer. Something about a crooked officer is coming in. Someone's been a crooked person for a really long time. 5 of Wands, and they're trying to wage energetic warfare or some type of warfare, or some it's like some withheld from something about a warrant, something about someone has a warrant out for their arrest. Don't be stressed because you're blessed. That's how it's coming in. Someone has a warrant out for their arrest. Emotional maturity matters. Here we have Leo energy, strength energy. But for someone had the strength to transcend from a group of it was war. It was war. It's fighting. It's something about inbreeding, inbreds, something about inbreeding. 5 of Wands energy, energetic warfare, conflict of egos, competition, wanting to win, wanting to fight, wanting to prove a point, wanting to cast energies. Again, for some, I feel the energetic warfare. Some sending energy, wanting to try to control, manipulate, start drama, start a fight. Someone was very, very 1, 2, 3 energy on 8 o'clock. 1, 2, 3. Someone was very intelligent. They transcended from this. They were like, my service here is not needed right now. Because this is all people that live in fear. 9 of Wands in the reverse. Letting go. Letting go. Someone let go. The Martyr and the 9 of Wands. Someone let go. Someone let go. Because they're seeing clearly. They saw clearly. Someone let go. There's no point. Someone let go. The sun energy. Did we say something about the sun? No, we said the world earlier. The sun energy. Happiness, peace, seeing everything for what it is. Allowing things to grow through the heat of the sun. Allowing things to be nurtured by the sun. Everybody exposed for who they are under the sun. Going from a 5 of Wands to the sun energy. Going for wanting to fight, wanting to prove, wanting to like say something, wanting to defend, to saying absolutely not. Allow it to be what it is. Allow it to be what it is. This is like sage energy. Allow it to be what it is. Why would you fight? Why? Why? What did we say that 7 of Wands? Spirit gave us the 7 of Wands. This could have been, again, something that someone was... 3 of Wands energy, incoming opportunities, turning your back. Someone is turning their back, and it's wise. 53:55 on the clock. 53:55. Turning your back for opportunities. Turning your back because all that was waiting for you was an attack. Turning your back on an attack. But energetically understanding you're protected. And energetically, you are protected. Because here oh my gosh. We have the Empress. We have the Choice, the Lovers, Gemini. Standing one's ground, 7 of Wands. The Star, fudgesicle sticks. The Moon. What did we say earlier? Pisces. And didn't we say Aquarius too? And 8 of Pentacles. And what's behind this? A 4 of Swords. What do we say? Putting a pause on something. For some, there's a pause on a situation. There could be a 4-month pause in a situation. 4 of Swords, putting something to rest, taking a break, recovery period, healing from something. For some, someone is no longer trying to protect themselves because now you're in Empress energy, creative force, and you understand that there is protection no matter what. You are being divinely guided through the night. For some of you, you could be spending a lot of time working at night, or there's a project that is very creative and the creative juices tend to flow in the evening time. For some, there is a choice here. There's a split here. For some, there's a split between a Leo and a Pisces. For some, there's a Leo that wants to stand their ground when it comes to an Empress. Someone has now made a choice to detach themselves from fear or from something that someone was spending the night somewhere. He's spending the night here. That's how it's coming in. Someone was spending the night somewhere. They don't want to spend the night where they were spending the night anymore. Take that how it resonates. That's what's coming in. Because something about she's a whore or he's a whore. That's how it's coming in. For some, you could have been dealing with someone that on your break, they went somewhere. It's coming in with a fake. I don't know what they want to do, but they want to do something. And they don't treat each other very nicely. I have to say, verbally, they spend a lot of money. Someone, the male in the connection spends a lot of money, but beyond that, it's all sex and not really. They're saying, oh, well, I don't spend that much money, but maybe this person is really well paid because Spirit's saying they spend a lot of money. It's like, no, they're not that well paid. I'm seeing the beggar. They're not, but well, whatever. We do have a 7 of Wands with the 3 of Wands, which is a 10 of Wands, dropping one's burdens. For some, you're dropping your burdens when it comes to trying to protect yourself, when it comes to maybe a group, when it comes to trying to fit into a crowd, where it's like, why would you try to fit in when you are the star and the Empress? Why would you try to fit in and die like them? They're in death. They are in death, and it's very different than transcending and transmuting and transformational energy. They are the living dead, zombies. Why would you want to do that? To prove what? Some are willing to change. Others, you got to let them not change. If they don't want to change, they want to stay in their dramas. They want to stay in their dramas of their lives, of their obsession with drama and conflict. You got to let it go. You really have to truly let it go. You have to let it go. For some, you're going into a healing period. This is going to be accelerated in January. I was going to say in Aquarius season, but Spirit's saying January, right there. In January, so between January and February of next year, you'll see, Spirit wants us to see this. Dilettante delights in the arts without having to be a professional. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So you will, whatever you do, whatever craft you're working on, whatever art, just not being superficial when it comes to what you're producing, doing things that are delightful to you, but it looks like you can really shine and something else wants to show. Liberator, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs. The theme here, 58:42 on the clock. Releasing negative thought patterns or negative groups that were born from negative thought. Fisherman's Wharf, something like that. San Francisco, the North. For some, you will be shining in something. You will be like a star in the night. You will be like a star in the night, but you have to have the strength to go through some type of transformation. There are opportunities coming in when it comes to a work situation for some, but you have to defend your crown because some wanted you to drop your crown. It's like, we're going to sit here and do what? You're going to send someone to do what? Why? Like, why? Why? Where's your crown? And why can't we all wear our crowns? chasing people all over town. The hell? For some, you are in full Empress energy. That's what's coming in, my lovies. What could you say? What could you do? For some, you're in your full Empress energy, or you're dealing with someone in this energy who's made conscious decisions to be diplomatic but nurturing, to be creative yet intentional in what is being created, to do so with flair and love for life, in flow for life. Someone's very defended by the divine. There are a lot of, even though for some you could have been in a situation where there were a lot of issues when it comes to something. I don't know. I don't even understand why, to be true. But there were defensive energies as well. For some, this could have been your own defensive energies that protected you, or they manifested in the form of actual physical beings. Because I'm seeing you defending yourself, or someone having to defend themselves, especially in a work or some type of a work environment or where labor is done. But there were also others defending you. It could have been a Gemini and a Leo involved in a situation. Something you didn't see in the evening. For some, you have evening watchers. For some, someone's being watched by the feds. They don't listen. They don't sleep in bed. Midas, the Midas touch. The Midas, the miser. Entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. Delight in sharing life's riches. How freaking fun. For some, you're going into a very fun season, it feels like. And a goddess. Oh, fudge. The feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. Bomba écoute, my lovies. We'll get one more. Our dear vampires, les vampires. They would like to speak, and then we are done. Reason and natural, because the reason is because you're a natural, honey. It's your star energy. It is your star. It's your divine calling. Whatever it is you're doing, it's your star. You are a symbol for something. You are a symbol, and that symbol can be used for many things depending on the hands that want to get on it. The reason invites you to go, for some, there are legal procedures, legal documents, and all types of procedures that are in your field with the reason. Listen to advice, think clearly, and intellect. But your advice that you're listening to, it has to either be within you, or you have to search for the appropriate meaning. Listen to the people that are giving you advice. It's important. But also see what they do. Feel what they do. Feel what they're really trying to tell you. Read between the lines. This invites you to read between the lines. You are a natural when it comes to something. Meaning whatever it is that's coming to you via a physical contract, it is because it is a natural thing to your energy. It is your star. It is something that authentic, real, and organic. You cannot fake it. It is your Empress energy. It is something that is brought to you by natural. Jesus. How beautiful. For some, you have a contract with nature. You have a contract with nature. You have a contract with the divine. You have a contract with nature, meaning like lands. There's a contract involving lands for some. What did we say earlier? They thought they won. I don't know what that means. But someone thought they WON something, whatever that means to them. But for some, you have a contract with a land. The natives had a relationship with the land. Now that all the land is bought up, and you can get yourself arrested and in trouble physically through force, because the society is driven on fear and not the natural cycles. The lands have a relationship with the people. I marvel at the early settlers' pictures or drawings of the land that they encountered when they came over on the ships, because it was rich. The soil was rich. It looked beautiful. It looked so green. New York City looked green, like a green forest. And then look what it's done over time. It's turned into caves. the consciousness that came over. It looks like caves. It looks like caves with little trees here and there, especially if you're in Central Park. There's a relationship, there's a contract. The land looks for a relationship. It's like people forget that you shit in the land for a reason. It's fertilizer for the land. You have a relationship with the land. You speak to the plants. Some have a really strong connection. If you get it, you get it, my lovies. If you don't, that's okay too. But some have a very strong connection, and you have a contract that the land, the earth, is manifesting because the earth wants it. Because there's a call for help. Because there is a call, my lovies, because there's a call for help. As we're talking about how the land is looking for, it's like looking for, the word advisors are coming in, but the land is looking for advisors, or something about a land assessor, maybe for some calling a land assessor for help, or an advisor. Reach out, need for backup, admit your needs. For some, admit your needs. 12 energy is 3 energy, which is a collaboration. It's a cooperation. It's a celebration. Some, if you are in a very sticky situation, especially a sister, Queen of Hearts energy, it's like, if you truly humble yourself and ask for the right, it's like truly opening oneself and being susceptible to whatever it is that you think you need. And it will keep you young forever. Forever young, eternal youth. Okay. For some, there could be a younger sister that needs support in a situation. But this person is insincere. They may not speak out of fear. There is a contract with a land for some. It's like the land becomes something about the hitman. The land becomes... it's the energy, right? It's like having Empress in the upright versus having Empress in the reverse. Spirit was giving us the Empress in the reverse, male or female, take it how it resonates, but normally it brings in a woman's energy, and it's kind of like the Emperor in the reverse, where they're willing to do anything for their own personal gain. They really don't care about the empire that they're supposed to reign over, and sooner or later, you start to see it. You start to see the empire crumble. You start to see the people in the empire get sick. The Spirit was giving that to us like Queen Elizabeth energy. Like, look at what that energy did to the world. The Victorian age, Queen Victoria, who was just, look at what that energy did to the world. The industrial age, look at what it did to the world. Are we actually truly more advanced? Sometimes you have to ask of the sacred dance. Something about the sacred dance. The Native Americans could be significant for some. Stand your ground. 7 of Wands. Defend a worthy cause. You have the strength to do so for some. I'm getting that because we are all one. I love when they put that on those soaps. It's funny. Oh, they want to keep talking, my lovies. Here we have God in the reverse. Shadow side. Despotism, cruelty. Using power to control people. What are we talking about here? Using power to control people. Despotism and cruelty. What did Spirit give us earlier? Cruelty. Despotism. I got the word cruelty. Despotism and cruelty. Using power to control people. Using fear to control people. Power is a fear. Fear is a power. So that they don't use their divine child. That's intense, my lovies. Again, for some, not all leaders are worthy of listening to. And some are finding that out. It's like, this is my leader? Where are they leading me to? Why? Like, that doesn't sound right. Sometimes you gotta question, my lovies. I get people that I'm like, in corporate settings, I'm like, you don't question your manager when they blatantly just lie to you, and you act like you didn't see that lie? Like, what the heck? Someone who's supposedly an athlete, or maybe they are an athlete, or for some you are an athlete. I was getting a very strong, to be quite frank, I was getting a very strong person, for some, who's a mentor. Bombay foods. Using your athletic abilities for justice, again, symbolically. All right, my lovies, stay well, stay absolutely well. Your sister friend loves you and adores you, loves you and adores you. Your spirit friends love you and adore you. There's the music. Love you and adore you. Your sister friend loves you and adores you. Loves you, Anna. Adores you, your spirit friends, and your sister friend, and your spirit friends, and your sister friend. In love always, in love always, in love always, and forever.